Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Laughing Boy here, and today I'm going to show you an easy way to increase your strength in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, most of your stats are going to naturally increase pretty quickly, but the strength bar is one of the most difficult ones to get done. So I'm going to show you an easy way to max it out. It is still going to take a little bit of time, but you can go from about 1 bar to 5 full bars in around an hour and a half, all total. I know that's still taking a little bit of time, but this is what I'm going to show you is much easier than chasing people up and down the beach forever. To set this up, you're going to want to go online. Either go to your, you can go to an invite-only session, a solo session, or a public session. It doesn't matter, because you're not going to be in there very long. So just load into your character, and then press the options button, go to online, and go to creator. Really quick, the reason you want to load into your character is because if you go into, if you do what I'm gonna show you, and then you go into the test, what's going to happen is it's going to just load up a default character, and you're not going to get any benefits from it. Once you get into creator, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a deathmatch. It's at the top of the list. Just click on that. Click on deathmatch. When setting up your deathmatch, none of it really, most of it doesn't really matter. I just title this DM2. You have to put something. You have to put a title. You have to put a description. You have to take a photo. What you call it doesn't matter, as long as you can find it. Description doesn't matter. Photo doesn't matter. Just set the deathmatch type to normal. Number of teams left it at 2. Maximum players, I turned it defaults at 8. You can turn it up to 30. I turned it down to 2 because the fewer players, the easier it is to set it up, the easier it is to do this part of it. As I'm going to state in a few minutes, I probably should have set that as 3. Minimum players 2. Here is where you want to turn it up. You want the time limit to be high so that you have plenty of time to get finished with it. It's not going to take you 60 minutes, or it shouldn't. It didn't for me. You do want the target score to be high. I set mine at 150, which I would recommend setting it at 150. It will only take you. It'll take you probably about 30 minutes total. It's going to take you a little bit less with this setup because there's a little bit less running around. Yes, you're still going to have to go around punching people, and yes, you're still going to have to go and punch a lot of people to death. But they're all going to be in a confined area. They're not going to be running from you, and not well, they will swing back at you once you hit them. You do want to lock weapons to forced only, and put the forced as the jerry can. It's in here somewhere. The reason you want it to be the jerry can is so that your well, there it is. Finally, probably went the wrong way. All of the people that are going to spawn in your test session they're going to be standing there with a jerry can. When you punch them the first time, if you let them, they're gonna swing back. They're just gonna start punching. Okay, so Time of day, you can set that however you want it. I'm gonna set mine noon and set the weather as clear. And traffic, I'm gonna turn it off because mine is going to be right here in the road. Lobby radio doesn't matter. Horse camera view, it doesn't matter. Remove helmets, I don't think that matters. I'm gonna put yes. I don't care. Blimp text doesn't matter. Placement, this is where your low numbers is going to matter. I'm gonna put the trigger right here. I put 4 people in here, so the lobby camera, whatever, lock that right there. It doesn't matter. A lot of that, you're going to hear a lot of that. Spawn points. Add spawn points. There's only 2 people max, so you only need 4. You need 2 per person. So 4 spawn points. So yeah, just put them wherever you want them to be. You want them to be as close together as possible, so you have less running around to do. Alright, so that's done. Team start points. Let's do team 1. Let's put a couple of them over here. I don't think that matters at all. Let's move that one, I guess. Can't put it there for whatever reason. Let's do team 2 start point. Turn that around. There we go. 1 of 1. Alright, so now we're all set up and we can go to the important part, which is which once we get it all back out, we save it. Saving your deathmatch DM2. Okay, now that it's saved, what you're going to want to do is go into the test. You're going to want to click test. Now the reason this is the reason we loaded into our character before we did this. Once you start it, once you click test, then you're going to go around and you're going to run around and you're going to kill 150 players, 150 people. And it should take you about maybe half an hour to do it each time, and each time is going to raise you quite a bit. My character started off with about with a little over 1 bar, and I did this 3 times. It took me about an hour and a half after setting it up, and my character is full, and the strength bar is all the way to the top. I'll show you that in a little bit. I'll show you that on my first little setup. Okay, what we have here is, if you'll notice, his strength is a little less than 5. Sorry, I said 5, I obviously meant 4. And that is after going through this twice. So, he started off a little bit more than 1 bar. So you might have to do this a total of 3 to 4 times, depending on where your strength is when you start. Now I do want to point out that the death match that I just created, that I just showed you just a few minutes ago, I set it for a maximum of 2 players. It would probably be better if you set it for a maximum of 3 players. That way, when you beat down the one, you can go to the second one and beat that one down and let the first one respawn while you're doing that. What you're seeing here is a death match that I created earlier. This one has a maximum of 30 players, which meant that I had to put down 60 spawn points and several more team spots. But that means that I have to do, it takes a lot more space, and I have to do a lot more running around, which probably added a good bit to my time. So doing it with a smaller group, with in a smaller area, much less running around, will probably save you a good bit of time overall. It still only took me about 30 minutes to go through this, and I did it while I was watching The Walking Dead. Loading back into my character. Well, actually, yeah, you can go this way and exit to GTA Online, or you can press the options button, bring up the pause menu, go to online, go into an invite only session if you choose to, and I choose to. Okay, finally going to get in here. Loading into my penthouse here. Let's see what my stats are. Just go to online, go to players, and there I am with my strength all the way up. Anyway, there it is. Well, that's pretty much it. Again, you know, it still took time. It's still going to take time to do it, but it is, again, much easier than chasing people up and down the beach. Well, anyway, that is going to be it. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was informative. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Lappin' Boy out.